I am not a conspiracy theorist. I don't believe in things like the moon landing was fake or the earth is flat, but even though I don't think conspiracies are real, I think something is seriously wrong with the world. And you can always just feel it everywhere you go, in the ambiance of a work environment, or the constant gloomy state of a school, or in the media where it's always just so negative, but it's all part of the system. So I'm gonna take you through this video today, exploring what the system is, why they do what they do, how it affects you, and what you can do about it. I'm gonna keep this video relatively short because I could speak on this topic for hours, so I'll try not to drag it on too long. So starting off, what is the system? I think most people associate the system with some corrupt government or some like crazy cult-like organized set of rich people that wear those masks from Eyes Wide Shut. I personally don't think that's what that is. What I think the system is just a general term for the influence that the government and big corporations have on our lives. They influence everything in our lives, from the education system to the food we consume, to medical needs, the information we receive, the media, the jobs we work, the money we make, the things we think, and so much more. So the next question that comes up then is, why do they do this? Which there's really only one reason for this, and it's to try to keep control of your life and keep you within the system to continue to benefit them. And of course, when I say them, I mean those massive conglomerates of companies that essentially run the world. And so what I mean by this, it's in their best interest to keep as many people sucked into the system as possible, because it gives them more control, and more control means more power. Think about it like this: if one company has control over everything you saw on the news, that would be of major benefit to them, because they could control the output of information you get and have you believing whatever it is they want you to believe. Which, funnily enough, some of the largest media outlets in America, which are CNN and Fox News, are owned by different companies, but those companies within themselves are both owned and run by the same companies, with their majority shareholder being Vanguard. And in case you don't know who Vanguard is, they're an investment management company that manages around $7 trillion worth of assets, under BlackRock, who manages around $10 trillion worth of assets. So companies like BlackRock and Vanguard are the ones that are really behind the scenes running the companies through areas like the board of directors, risk management, you name it, they control it. And just to get you a vision of how much impact they have, I'm gonna flash up some of the biggest companies in the world and who their top shareholders are. Just look out for these three names: BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street. The main idea with showing you all this is just to illustrate to you that there are actual corporations that control the majority of the companies in the world, and in turn control what they can and can't output, and then in turn control what you see and what you don't see. So by now, I'm sure you've already gotten the idea of how much this affects you. There are corporations that can control the output of companies. These companies literally condition you from the time you're a kid until the time you grow up and become an adult. For example, have you ever stopped and looked at the similarities between a school and jail? And I'm sure you've heard kids say that school is like prison or school is like jail, but ironically, it actually is. Just look at the similarities. Like, come on. You can't tell me that's not eerily similar. They are literally just conditioning you to get used to these things you see, the things you hear, the things you do, the rules to follow, and pretty much everything else. I do think that while they condition you and they try to trap your mind, I think you can always do something about it. I like the saying that life is a game, because I really do believe it is actually like a game, and you are a character in which you have to level up through advancing your skills, your knowledge, and your overall traits. I don't think there's any true way to beat the system, but I do think that you can get so good at playing the game of life that you end up exploiting it and avoiding the traps that they set for you. So I'm not going to sit here and lie to you in regards to what you can do about the system itself, because there isn't much that any one person or even a group of people could do about the system. The sad truth is that these overly powerful groups and corporations will always exist, and they're always going to try and take control of you, your life, what you do, and what you think. But even though the system is working entirely against you and trying to make sure that they can keep you down for as long as possible, ironically, the system doesn't care if you exploit it and free yourself from the brainwashing and indoctrination, because they have so many people under their control that you freeing yourself has no effect on anything or anyone. You can make the money you deserve to make. You can have the life you've always dreamt of having. You just have to attack it, because otherwise the system is going to overpower you and pull you right back down. Live your life not rejecting the issues and regulations. Accept it and make it work. There's always going to be something you can do about it. Ask questions, put the effort in, long nights, early mornings, whatever it takes, just make it happen. Again, this might have been a bit of a shorter video, but if you guys want a second part, just let me know in the comment section. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.